Hi Libra, welcome to your monthly reading. As usual, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. And if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do that by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So Libras, I'll be channeling messages for the collective of your sign, and then we'll tie it together also with the cards that will be showing up. I feel like many of you, you're rushing. It's like you're on a rush or on a deadline, on timing. You're very rushed through the month of May. There's something that's making you feel that sense of urgency. Many of you Libras during May, you could be extremely impatient or more impatient and nervous than usual. It's like your energy levels are higher than usual, and it's like you're like learning how to manage this vibration, that it's not something familiar to you. It's like the feeling like almost like your spirit is overdosing here on caffeine, basically, and so it's like you're suddenly on this edgy, charged, energetic influence all the time, and it's consuming you, and at the same time it's stimulating, and it's the same time it's just something you're not finding like a lot of peace to adapt to this motion. For some of you, you're feeling this way because there are demands right now in your life that asks you to have that high level of energy. And some of you are just, doing what you're called to do. And I feel like there's a lot of like things that are changing. Like maybe you're eating less. You're sleeping less and you're eating differently and you're taking certain supplements or even stimulants for some of you that usually you don't, because it's a higher state of energy and life that demands you to be on this go, 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 go vibration. Especially for Libras that enjoy more of the slow living lifestyle, more chill, more at your pace, it can be a little bit triggering to be like rushed the way either you're being demanded to be on this rushing, or even if you don't have anything that's demanding, the month is gonna like kick you ongoingly to be more proactive. And it's like proactive not just with one thing. I feel like many of you are being pushed to be proactive with several things that you have been procrastinating around. So it's just like this odd feeling in May that you're different, your energy is different, and you could even be like just more impatient and nervous around people, and people might start to think you're very different or very it's like I see like people around you are just not recognizing you or not understanding what's up, why you're so hyper. For some, this feeling of being hyper is also tied to some excitement. There could be like good news, good opportunities that are like giving you that stimulation and giving you that will to make things happen, because you know that to grab onto those opportunities or those experiences, you need to show up to them that way. I also feel like for some of you that have started here a relationship recently, there's some of you Libras that have started here a relationship, or you just met someone or about to, but it's very recent. This person might have a high energy themselves, and your crush, significant other, partner, this person is like the trigger point, because you want to be at their level or you want to keep up with them. For some of you Libras, you could be indeed having here a connection that asks you to show up differently for yourself, for your life. And indirectly, this relationship is supporting your own personal growth. It's not just about the relationship itself, or that you're changing just because of a person. Is that that person is mirroring to you qualities that you have been sabotaging, like things you have not been doing for yourself, but that you need to in order to have better things taking place in your life, more accomplished, more done. Again, Libras that have a tendency to procrastinate or don't have energy, this is a big issue for your own individual path, because it's going to push you into embodying the opposite energy of your sign, Aries, and being much more, proactive and the go-getter yourself. Now, for those Libras that have recently met someone, or you're dealing with someone who has this very high energy, it's a beautiful connection for some of you Libras, like you're a fan of each other. There's a lot of that beautiful, like, being on this like, how you call it, like this groupie like energy for each other. So the same way you admire this person admires you. And I feel like there's many of you Libras that are walking into a journey of relationship dynamics that it's very funny, that it's very unusual and different from other experiences where you're actually supportive of each other as a couple, as a union, but in a very funny way. For some of you, this is also a very creative connection, very creative bond where you and this partner can be like, it's almost like the sun to each other. There's a brightness around you and the person you're dealing with or about to be, that it's about this brightness, this color, this constant youthful vibration too, where you're just, this is why the jumpy energy is coming. It's like you're always like jumpy and happy around each other and excited and wanting to do things and wanting to move from idea to idea, goal to goal, experience to experience. And so it's very exciting, but it can also be, especially for Libras that are not used to this kind of vibration, very tiring. I feel like for some of you Libras, you can end up the month very tired. For some of you, it's in a good way though, because you're going to enjoy like the hectiness of this month. It's kind of the good kind of stress levels, not the bad ones, in the sense that this kind of slight stress that you might start to feel initially as you adapt to the flow, it's actually then going to be very, very good, very motivating, very nourishing to you and to like aspects of your own self that have been void, empty and dried out of this liveliness. Others of you you're just going to have a very busy month. So work, relationships, social life, daily activities. It's a very messy energy, a lot of things happening. But in the end, the taste of it's going to be sweeter. Page of Cups in the soul position. There's such a, again, recent, loving, bubbly energy here. So if you have not met someone recently, this person is coming into your life and it's a new romantic opportunity. And it might start as this, again, funny crush, not taking it very seriously, even though there's Cups is already like signaling that it does have a depth to be explored. But it's going to move you. Whomever this person is going to touch something in you. The same way, but again, I feel like it's very reciprocal. The same way you're touching this other person. And with a lot of colors, and a lot of sweetness and a lot of creativity and a lot of... The fish here symbolizes also fertility. So there's a sense of your connection always having something to offer. And for those of you that are happy in a relationship, it could just be that you're entering a phase where you and your partner, or for those that also have children or want to have children, is going to be like a very creative, outgoing moment to unite people around you and to have fun and meaningful experiences, productive as well experiences, with those that care for you and those you also love. But for many of you, it's a new romantic interest or an openness to a romantic experience. Even if it's someone you already know, it's like opening yourself up to this person in a very new way. Again, I'm getting a lot of that fandom energy it's just like there's something you do that this person might find fascinating and vice versa. So you're very like much fans of each other. Six of Cups. My God, there's such a beautiful energy with love and relationships. So regardless of your current status, that area of life is very favored in May. Also, Libras that have children or want to have children, there could be also positive news when it comes to that. It could be that the fact that some of you are attracting like this powerful like soulmate energy that in a certain way activates your inner child, and this person's inner child is making both of you connect in such pure, innocent, authentic ways that it's healing both of your own inner childs for many of you, and in return making that inner child come out to play. And so having a lot of fun and a lot of excitement, as I described. But also for some of you is awakening you a desire to have a child. That maybe it's new for you, especially for Libras that didn't have that desire or didn't think about at this point in your life, you know, having another child. It's likely that many of you that have not been very inclined to the idea of having children, especially related to your own childhood trauma, that's going to change. And whomever this person is, it's very healing and helpful. Very healing and helpful to your journey as a person. And it's getting rid of things that have been trapping you again with a colorless life, with a life where there's no playground, there's no freedom, there's no emotional contentment, or there has been a lot of repression around your love language and your style of doing things. It could also be that there's a lot of just interesting experiences for Libras that have somehow to deal with children, or you work with children. For those of you that work with children, it's also a very great month, very fun experiences. Or if you have family where there's several children, there could be a lot of healing, important, fun experiences with kids. The kid energy is very significant too. It's just a roller coaster month for many of you, but for many believers, it's like you're gonna feel like a lot of different feelings, but the majority of them are just great and fun. I keep getting like fun. It's a very fun month. So all things you can do also to promote your own sense of enjoyment and hobbies and activities that push you into that fun, the better. Others of you are just going to be pleased by the way in which your approach right now. It's like you're feeling very spoiled by family, by friends, by loved ones. It's like you can feel like people are spoiling you more than usual, or just showing you more love and affection. This person that many of you are attracting into your life or dealing with, this crush vibe, this new love interest, could have strong water placements. I'm feeling especially Cancer energy, so it could be like Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but there's a little bit of that Cancerian touch. So this person can have Cancer placements in that chart, or have this, somehow their chart with yours pushes it to the Cancer theme of family, home, nourishment, children, and emotional healing and understanding. And it's cardinal influence, so there's going to be, again, excitement all the time, new emotional events and circumstances taking place all the time, which is what I'm feeling the most for you Libras in May. Is so many things going on that you can lose like track. Others of you are you're just more creative than usual, and this is also going to be like taking you to places that can be healing themselves. Just the fact that you have a strong creative boost and this imaginative power being channeled into things in which you recognize beauty and your own story and your own experiences. Someone is rooting for you. So I don't know, but for some of you, regardless of the work you're doing, there's someone rooting for you so much. There's someone that loves you so much. There's someone that wants you to know that. They root for you. Again, they are an admirer. They are a fan. They are a supporter. You're gonna... this person might be like watching you for a while, but they're gonna start like either commenting on your stuff or approaching you now. But they have been there. They have been supporting you for a while. But you might start to know who they are now, or again, different people are gonna start to open up more about their admiration towards you. So you're gonna receive more compliments and again, have more sweet gestures. But there's one person in specific that it's rooting so much for you. I feel like this is like a very specific detail for some of you. This person can have very sensitive skin, or there's something around this person's skin and sensitivity, or how sensitive your skin, like if it's a romantic interest, how sensitive or red your skin might get with them. There's something about skin and how sensitive the skin is, or it makes your skin and their skin sensitive when you're like close to each other, kissing and so on. There might be like here like a proper date taking place for many of you. And you could be very like, again, this is the keeping up with the high energy vibe here with the 7 of Wands, where you're like dealing with a lot and you want to keep pushing and be strong. This is, for me, it's like an energy of someone that is working out a lot and is pushing themselves here more than anything. So if you're going to start to have like several activities that are more physical, you know, it's going to be like this very strong month to develop yourself physically, as I said, and energetically. Again, you could be more impatient. 7 of Wands, you could be more responsive to people than usual when they're pushing your buttons, because you're very protective over whatever it is that you have right now, and you don't have patience for things that are not amusing and exciting, and you don't have patience also for things that are, you know, that feel invasive to that personal happiness or growth that you're trying to create. So you could also unconsciously be very like defensive or more passive aggressive at times with the 7 of Wands, but it's because you have so much going on. But again, I also feel like this is about talking about that strength, that physical ability to push forward. You could also want to protect a lot of this love story, this new relationship or a relationship that is forming right now. You could be very defensive over making sure that you're protective over it. You could also be very defensive around this person. So you want to defend them. You want to make sure they're safe. You want to keep tabs on them. If you hear something bad about them, you're going to react. It could also be that this is happening the other way, in the sense that someone is protecting you so much. And it could be through their strong protective reactions that you're going to start to notice who is crushing heavily on you or who has your back. So it could also be that you're going to witness like a behavior that it's fiercely protective over you. Regardless of that, your own partner in relationships could have this very protective energy right now, and you're like there supporting each other. Four of Wands. Whatever you're building, and right now it's like a lot of work and a lot of tension at times, but it's going to be so productive. If you work hard right now, you can have financial and relationship security approaching very soon. If you want a relationship to grow into a marriage, if you want to move in with a partner, if you want more happiness in the family or in the home, if you want to move to a better home, here it is. And you can make this happen. I feel like it's a lot on your hands, Libra, with the Seven of Wands, depending on how you live up to the task. It's important that you live up to the task in May, but you're going to be so happy you did. You're going to be so happy of the calling to be more, busy and working and doing stuff, because in the end, you're going to build something very meaningful. And I feel like it joins a lot of like professional and emotional security tied together. So I hope you have a great month. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.